everyone, welcome back to Friday 13th AG. My name's Friday, I'm a teen American Girl doll collector, and today I'm going to be showing you how I organize all of my American Girl stuff. So I've wanted to make this video for about a year now, but I've always kind of put it off because I thought that there's just this one more thing I could do and then it'd finally be ready. Or maybe my room was a mess even though the organizing was good. And yesterday I was able to deep clean my entire room, and I figured what is a better time than now to finally film this video. So as much as I would like to have a dedicated American Girl doll room when I'm an adult, I definitely will, hopefully. But currently living with my parents, all of my American Girl stuff is in my bedroom. I'm very grateful. My bedroom is not a master, but it is still pretty big, so I am able to fit kind of all of my things that I need for just, being a regular teenager along with my American Girl things. However, the American Girl things are kind of scattered out literally all around my room, but there is a system to the organizing. So I guess this is kind of also just like a room tour. Not that this is in any way to brag. I just love watching videos, not only people's room tours, but also how people organize their American Girl stuff, and so I thought this could be a fun and entertaining video for y'all. Alright, we've got a lot to get through, so I'm gonna stop blabbing and let's actually get into it. So to start off, I'm going to show you a bit of my desk area. Now, I don't store a whole lot of American Girl things here, but you will see this as being the background for things like the intro or some other videos. I did my All My Dolls video right here. And it's mostly just because I really love all the pink posters. The only doll things I really have here are things I use to hang up posters or any other decor in the dollhouse, as well as Caroline's box book set because A, I thought the pink looked good over here, and B, I didn't have any more space on my bookshelves. Down here, however, is another story. I have two drawers here. The top one is just person stuff like some nail decor as well as earrings, but I do use these temporary tattoos on my dolls sometimes. But then the bottom drawer is the one area I did not clean yesterday because I'm scared to clean it, and this is mostly doll customization things as well as some sewing or just other random doll projects. Quick little shout out to these cute shelves that I have, as well as all the posters and my pegboard. Over here we have what is really kind of the first super doll related area in my opinion. This is a short bookcase from IKEA. I'm not sure the exact name of it. It might be a version of the Billy bookcase, I'm not quite sure. But I use it pretty much like a bedside table. On top I just have a lot of miscellaneous things, including a Mary Ellen book because that is my current read. And then here is where I display 3 dolls. I like to change them out decently often, but it always stays the same, as in all of the dolls here are either wearing pink or some kind of coquette clothing. Because if you can't tell, this area of my room is very much coquette. Down below down here is where I keep some American Girl boxes. I have a Josefina outfit, both of the Clueless outfits, as well as my cameras. This is a digital camera that I mostly just use for personal photos, but then this is my Canon camera, which I use to take all of the doll photos over on my Instagram. This is the American Girl Grand Hotel. I picked this up a couple weeks ago for an amazing deal with almost all of the accessories with Facebook Marketplace. It has been a dream set for so long, and I'm so happy to have it, and I'm so happy that it fits almost kind of perfectly right here. And inside I keep most of the accessories as well as some filming equipment. Here is my bed area. There's not a whole lot of doll related things in this shot. I just really wanted to show how adorable my walls are. This whole little first section is kind of what I imagine my bedroom being like when I'm an adult. It's definitely going to be coquette, girl blogger inspired, very Pinterest, kind of just like this aesthetic. And then the next half of the room is kind of what I imagine my doll room looking like, a little more colorful. And so it's almost like I kind of have my room split in half by 2 different aesthetics. The next spot where I store actually a lot of my doll stuff is under my bed. So under my bed I have 5 of these big clear bins. 2 of them have clothing in them, and it's mostly the clothing that it's I either had when I was a kid and don't use anymore but just can't bear to part with, or historical outfits that I want to kind of keep just all of the outfits together. And the other 3, 2 of them are for smaller accessories that just don't really have a place in the dollhouse. Maybe they're more prop-like. And then the other one is for larger accessories. So that is the left side of under my bed. The right side of under my bed, I'm sorry that this is a very bad angle of it, is doll boxes. This is where I keep the dolls. They don't live in the dollhouse. Next, we're headed over here to my bookcases. There are two white Billy bookcases from IKEA, as well as another one of those shorter ones, like the one near my bed. So I'm just gonna go through this shelf by shelf. First, we have my Taylor Swift cardigans. I have the 1989 Torture Poets folklore cardigans, as well as the Lover cardigan, which I normally keep near my desk, but I'm actually wearing it right now. And then we enter where I keep the majority of the doll clothes I frequently use. So like I explained before, I have some historical outfits stored under my bed, and I do use those somewhat frequently, but I like to keep them all together. But the clothes that I like typically dress my dolls in that fit mine or my doll's styles, I do keep in this little dresser right here. So in the top drawer, we have all the different kinds of tops, as well as a couple dresses and jackets. Then in the middle drawer, we have pants, skirts, shorts, any kind of bottoms. And then the very unorganized bottom drawer, just all kinds of accessories. We've got belts, actually a couple jackets, many hats, necklaces, earrings, things like that. Over here is where I keep my favorite genre of books, young adult murder mysteries. I have read almost all the books on this shelf, and they're seriously also amazing. I recommend them so much. But I just wanted to point this shelf out because I keep Kit's typewriter on here. Here is probably my most prized doll possession, and that is Kit's treehouse! I have wanted this since I saw it in an American Girl encyclopedia when I was like 7 or 8. And last December, my mom found one for a really good deal a couple hours from our house, fully like with everything. So this was a like kind of last minute Christmas present. Alright, moving over to the first bookcase, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. On the bottom, this is where I keep all of the frequently used doll shoes. Above it, this is where I just keep a lot of my Disney Mickey ears because I love Disneyland. And then this shelf houses a lot of miscellaneous things. The third binder here is actually a script for a Halloween AGSM that I was going to film last year, but it may be transferring over to 2026. And then on the end here, I have some American Girl encyclopedias. I have the old one and the new one. And then on the end, I have an American Girl coloring book. Right here, not really any doll related stuff, just more books. I guess you could say the Ever After High books I have here are doll related because they're Ever After High dolls. I used to have a ton of Ever After High dolls, but then I ended up giving them away when I gave away old Barbie and Monster High dolls. Here we have one of my most prized possessions, and that is my Jasmine collector doll. She is my only collector doll, and the second that they announced that Jasmine was going to be one of the princess collectors, I almost immediately bought her because Jasmine has always been my favorite princess. I love her so much, and she mostly stays in her box because look at her, she's so pretty. Again, there's no really doll things on this shelf, it is just a ton of Taylor Swift CDs. And then above it, we have our first shelf of doll books. This is all of the newer historical as well as newer Girl of the Year books. So on one half we have historicals, and then on the other half it's Girl of the Year / I guess contemporary. And then above here is a DVD shelf. We've got a little rom-com section, some Girl of the Year movies, every single Monster High movie on DVD, and then a couple Blu-rays. We have the live action Alice in Wonderlands, as well as the Maleficent movie, the Barbie movie, some more Girl of the Year movies, Deadpool, because if you can't tell, I love Deadpool, and of course one of the best children's movies ever made, the Lego Batman movie. Moving on to the next bookcase, these are the 5 Monster High dolls that I bought within the last year. Like I said before, I gave away all of my childhood Monster High dolls, which I partially regret, but then at the same time they were very much played with, and so they wouldn't have looked good anyway. And if you're wondering why they all have zip ties around their neck, it's because I take a keyring and I like to mount them to my bag. We have my other display of dolls. From left to right, we have Finley, Joss, and Taryn. Down below we have my other DVD shelf. This is mostly Barbie movies. I do have Kit and Molly's movies on the end, but this year has been my mission to rewatch every single Barbie movie, and I have most of them on DVD. There's only a couple that I don't have on DVD, and those ones I have purchased on Amazon Prime, but I'm hoping to buy them on DVD one day soon. Here's my other shelf of American Girl books. This is where I keep some of like the older ones. We have Marie Grace and Cecile's box set, as well as Rebecca's box set. We have some of the older Girl of the Year books, and then we have the original Pleasant Company style historical books. I do have a completed Felicity set and an almost completed Addie set. And then I have an almost completed Kaya set of the older American Girl style books, as well as some best friend books and a random meat kit book, and I keep the hardcovers on the end. Down here I see another spot where I display dolls. This is also where I keep the on and off switches for my 2 sets of fairy lights, as well as Pac-Man, which really needs a charge because I want to play it more. But here we have my newest doll. This is Ulani Mitchell. She is a renamed Nenea doll, and I picked her up less than a week ago from the AGPLA. The rest of this bookshelf doesn't really include any doll items. I just keep some old K-pop albums as well as CDs down here. Here is the little area by my windows. You may have seen this before because sometimes I film intros, or anytime I really have to be in front of the camera, I'll film it in my hanging chair. There's not a whole lot of doll stuff here other than the dresser slash front desk from the hotel set and some doll boxes that didn't fit under my bed. And then also I just wanted to shout out my little croissant jelly cat. Not a whole lot of doll stuff here, but I thought I'd quickly just speed run what my dresser area looks like. On top we have the vinyl record player because I'm a physical media lover. My little gaming setup with my Switch and a couple of games. Some Lego flowers as well as these cute little Lego lovebirds. And those are sitting on top of my DVD player because physical media lover. And here's my actual TV. I'm so grateful to have a TV in my room. Here I have my CD player because guess what? Physical media lover. Here we have like my favorite Lego set ever. I have wanted this since it came out in 2019 and I finally got it. This was my other big Christmas present last year. It is a Lego bookstore. And on the bottom here we have my vinyl record collection as well as some school supplies. Now we have the biggest part of this room and the base where I store most of my doll stuff, and that is the dollhouse area. So I'm not going to give you a full tour of the dollhouse. I have a 3-part video series about that. If you want to go watch those, they're on my channel. But I will just give you a quick little rundown of what each room is. Starting up here, this is the living room slash recently turned into a library room. The dollhouse tours were filmed before I turned it into a library, so if you want to see a tour of the library, go check out this video, which is also on my channel. And in here, Cindy is picking out a book and Paris is just chilling on the couch. Nobody's in the bathroom right now, but this is my pink little bathroom. It's so cute. Here is Sydney and Winter's room. Sydney's just chilling and reading a book in here. This is Gwen and Brittany's room. Gwen is just like singing her heart out here for some reason. Moving on to the second story, this is Donna and Cindy's room. And because I'm reading Mary Ellen's book right now, my Mary Ellen doll Donna has her Mary Ellen doll and they're reading the Mary Ellen book. Over here we have Kit and Eagle's room, but right now it's actually Kit and Kaya in here because they're my 2 childhood dolls, and so I make it so that they're like childhood besties, and you know, they're just catching up right now. Nobody is hanging out in Joss and Jackie's room right now. And then in the Swifty room, as I'd like to call it, this is where Paris, Kaya, Tenny, and Kira all sleep. And right now Tenny is practicing her guitar and Kira is just heading up to bed because she is super tired after a long day working at the coffee shop. Down here is the kitchen, and right now Winter is enjoying a wonderful sweet treat fest in here. This is Rowan and Faith's room, and right now Rowan is just playing some games on her laptop. This is the game room. Eagle has the high score in the pinball machine, so she is trying to defend it, and Jackie is cheering her on. And then Faith is just kind of like absently watching. And then this is Olivia and Alice's room, and Alice is reading Alice in Wonderland. Also, I just want to show, I recently got this Samantha mini doll, and oh my gosh, how cute does she look with Caroline? This room is so pink coquette, I love it. So the last little space that I keep American Girl doll things is above and below the dollhouse. So up top, we have just some bigger sets. The thing I'm always getting done from here is these 2 boxes. This one has all different holiday decorations. It's mostly Christmas and Halloween in here. And the other one is full of the pets that do not live in the dollhouse or are just like wild animals. Down below the dollhouse is an interesting area. In front of the dollhouse right now, I actually have some dolls that I am planning to either fix up or have already fixed up or customized, and I'm planning to sell them. Over here, this is where I store all of the extra walls or extra flooring that I use for sets, as well as this Corinne bedroom set. Back here we have the coffee shop, as well as some other big sets including Our Generation vehicles and the American Girl Community Center. Then down here we just have some other big sets. Most of these were actually from my childhood. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I organize all my American Girl doll things. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and subscribe for more content like this. Go check out those videos I mentioned earlier on my channel. I love you guys so much, and I will hopefully see you next week. Mwah!